Secrets of the Pink Kush. We Are Not Alone, written by William H. Bradshaw. This information is derived from my book, Secrets of the Pink Kush. Some knowledge revealed here may not be in the book exactly as detailed here, as this is more speculative, but the main premise is derived from the book. Please note that I am not an occultist or religious, but a scientist, and my objective is to remain unbiased and only present the facts that I discovered during my lengthy research project. Most of this video is fact, but some of what is contained in here is speculation in an attempt to explain some of these ancient mysteries. Warning: what I'm about to tell you is the truth, but many will be afraid to accept the truth, or worse, just be afraid. This is a warning to those that cannot handle these ancient occult secrets. If you believe in nature, the true nature of things, and the divine mathematics behind it, then you're on the correct path to discovery. Here is the truth. I guarantee it and promise it will be known by all eventually. Some still believe that the earth is flat. For these people, there is no point in reading any further. But for the curious remainder and the wise, then please continue on. My background: I have spent several years studying in post-secondary institutions, colleges, universities, and technology for my career in science, technology, and business. Among many things, including hard labor jobs in my youth, I used to work as a senior software consultant for major corporations and did so for several decades, all the while enjoying a good and successful career. After facing a serious and usually terminal illness, I then became involved in the cannabis business, as I could no longer do my old job, although I did design and write new software on the internet for some time. I did some rehabilitation and eventually started working as an independent agricultural researcher, commercial grower, and breeder. This was fortunate for me because it was easy to find many possible experiments and research projects in the relatively new field of medical marijuana. The added impetus for the study is that the research is really for the eventual benefit of humanity, and we researchers may never profit from it other than recognition for our help and or personal satisfaction, which is the best of rewards. This is because cannabis has always been illegal, and yet is an extremely valuable tool in maintaining and improving the health of many, especially those facing serious disease or illnesses, such as myself. I tell you my background so you can understand that I come from a background of science, logic, facts, and truth, and have arrived at this destination of occult knowledge due to the strange path that led me to my findings and wholehearted beliefs. It is also important for you to know my background before you attempt to judge me as being some form of lunatic due to the strange nature of this topic. Acceptance of truth. First, I must warn you that the following information may be difficult for many to accept due to the brainwashing or deceit that has been employed by secret societies, religion, the media, and others over hundreds, if not thousands of years. I have spent 7 years researching these topics, of which I took 2 years to write in my book, Secrets of the Pink Kush. I merely started out attempting to discover why the Pink Kush was so superior to other cannabis plants. I discovered the big secret: she was a tetraploid. Polyploids are applicable to all plants, insects, mammals, animals, and humans. This is where it gets fascinating, and from whenceforth a massive conspiracy was formed by tetraploid humans thousands of years ago in order to maintain control over all humans. This is the real story that is based upon history, science, and the occult, which is hidden knowledge. Most of this information is fact, but some is speculation and or interpretation of facts that I discovered through ancient documents and or science and nature. I employ the scientific method throughout the book where necessary and provide most of the pieces of the puzzle, and actually am the first to solve this ancient puzzle, the biggest secret of the Pink Kush. We are not alone. I am here to say to you that we indeed are not alone, for there is an extremely advanced race sharing Earth with us. Many will lie, cheat, and steal for this different advanced race of people. Many will claim that they are aliens and from another planet, or reptoids, or greys, or Sasquatch, or Yeti, etc. It would take all of my knowledge and training in order to solve this ancient and complex puzzle. There are many constraints, and none of the potential answers worked for everything, thus negating them as a possible solution. I would never have discovered this without first working with polyploids. This started when I was given a mother plant called Pink Kush. I was told that this was the sister plant to OG Kush and was really good smoke. The plant looked strange, and I started to do research on it, documenting the anomalies in the hopes of finding out why this plant was so superior to the others. Eventually, I discovered that it was a giant plant called the tetraploid cannabis plant. I did more research and realized the immense scope of this discovery. The giants mentioned in history were in fact real, and they were tetraploid humans with doubled chromosomes. These were our ancient gods, ancient astronauts, and our modern aliens. There are no aliens, but there are tetraploid humans, and they might as well be aliens from another planet. They inhabit the hollow earth, where there are entrances at the north and south poles, as well as deep portals or entrances in many other locations around the globe. They eventually grow into 12-foot or so giants. Their cranial capacity is almost double that of ours, hence their advanced knowledge. There's not many of them, so never believe otherwise, but they do have superior weapons and craft. They have been to many, if not all, of the planets in our solar system and have left physical evidence of their existence on the Moon, Mars, Ceres, as well as Earth, from where they originate. We have a common ancestor with these people, as they originated from the double chromosomes of an existing diploid human. This happened about 12,000 years ago when some women were using the autumn crocus plant as an analgesic for labor pains. Some of the women continued to use the plant well after birth, and this is what created the giants by accident. The autumn crocus contains colchicine, which is a mitotic poison which will prevent the cells from dividing during meiosis. Please note that anything that prevents the cells from dividing during meiosis means a possible cure for cancer, which is excessive cell growth. I should also point out that applies to mitotic growth. During mitotic division. Due to that means it could cure cancer as well, so I present a possible cure for cancer in the book as well as some preventative measures. What do they want? They want to rule the earth again. They want to enslave us and control us as they did in the ancient past before we usurped them due to our overwhelming numbers. That is our key to defeating them, if it ever be necessary. They plan to brainwash people into believing that they are aliens with an alien invasion force, such that we must succumb to their will without a fight. Do not believe their lies, as I have discovered and documented their lies and their ancient conspiracy in my book, Secrets of the Pink Kush. I based those discoveries from nature, science, anecdotal stories, physical facts, and ancient texts, of which there are many. Most people cannot believe some of these books because they do not make sense or are simply not believable. I guarantee you 100% that my explanation is correct and the only solution that works, makes sense, and can be replicated, all using the scientific method. The ancient gods. The Atlanteans were the Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. They were also called the Anunnaki at a later period, and they were all merely tetraploid humans, just as God, Satan, and Lucifer were as well. They introduced civilization and insisted upon their trinity as our bureaucratic system. Our civilization was designed by them and implemented by their chosen people, the Judeans. The Judeans are the diploid humans that execute on their behalf. They act as a liaison between these giants and us. One that met with them was called a prophet in the ancient past. They do not want their existence known and only come into contact with humanity when they feel it necessary, be it any of several reasons, such as overpopulation, atomic bombs, invasion of their territory, example, Ceres, Mars, Moon, entrances to the hollow Earth, North and South Pole, latitude for the satellites. Remember that these tetraploid humans consider themselves as the owners of the Earth, not us. They were responsible for killing many humans in the past who failed to listen to their commands, thus be the will of God. The scary part is that there really is a God that can punish us. It is just that he is a tetraploid human, but he is not immortal. They live much longer than regular diploid humans. This is true of all polyploids found in nature. They grow much larger, about twice the size for tetraploids. Triploids are sterile and the result of a tetraploid mating with a diploid. That is why the Nephilim, mentioned in the Bible, were not fruitful unto God. They were sterile and thus could not have children. One such famous Rephaim, or tetraploid human, was known as Azazel, who was a great metallurgist. He broke away from the tribe of God with Semjaza, who was one of the many Satans. A famous triploid giant is Gilgamesh, who was the king of Uruk, and has a statue and his epic written about him, known as the Epic of Gilgamesh. Many of them despise humans and thus are extremely dangerous. They are the monsters and demons of old, and they still exist. The incubus and succubus were all tetraploid humans who wanted to have sex with us humans. That is why Semjaza, Satan, one of the Satans, and about 200 other tetraploid humans did almost 8,000 years ago. It's stated in the Bible that is when the sons of God went unto the daughters of men and begat children, and they called those the Nephilim. And this is what created the Nephilim, who eventually died off because they were sterile. And it mentioned this in the Bible, saying they were not fruitful unto God. That's the key to that. They can mate with humans to this day, but would create another sterile triploid. Triploid giants would be about 9 feet tall, as they are between diploids, which are 6 feet tall, and tetraploids, which grow to about 12 to 14 feet tall. The cell sizes are double, so the organism essentially doubles. There's much physical proof of this, and there are many giant skeletons and skulls of tetraploid humans. Synopsis. So we are not alone, but do not be afraid, as we have managed to coexist with these giant and highly advanced tetraploid humans for 12,000 years without too many conflicts. Remember that we are many and they are few, but we must listen to their concerns or face their wrath, the wrath of God. Secrets of the Pink Kush. Read Secrets of the Pink Kush for more knowledge of the occult and many other topics that are related by a certain lily plant that can potentially cure cancer or kill animals, people, or create polyploids such as the tetraploid humans, or create superior plants like the Pink Kush, which is also a tetraploid but a cannabis plant. The book also describes how to breed and grow superior plants and cannabis in particular. There is knowledge in this book that is not found anywhere else in the world except amongst the tetraploid humans, and they are keeping it a secret. Thank you for your interest in this topic. That's secrets, pinkkush.zappersoftware.com.